Hello everyone, welcome to Diaries with me, Fiona Mbowa, here at Church of Uganda Family TV, where we talk about everything and anything to do with marriage. Now we're going to have a conversation that is just continuing with what we had the last week. It was too much that we thought let us proceed with this conversation about positioning ourselves for marriage. And previously, Priska and Olive here were telling us about how to position yourself. Pray, get in connection with God, and the God, the author of marriage, will be able to help you get the person to marry. But also, on the other hand, we need to work on our character and work on all the things as individuals to make sure we are better people and marriageable. So just continue with our conversation, ladies. First of all, thank you for the time and then for making it here. And for the people that could have missed the previous show, next to me is Priska Serunkuma that has been married for 2 years come December. And next to Priska is Olive Mugolusi, who's been married for 10 years. Now, back to our conversation about positioning. Yes, we talked about the spiritual positioning. You need to align with God because God is the author of marriage. So it works out. But now, in the real world, people, I've seen girls in church and they stay in church, they pray, they fast and they stay there and they clock 40 and there's no one telling them about it. So I don't think the problem is spiritual alignment or spiritual positioning. So what can we do in this part, in the world now? Not over them, Kati, in the world, what can we do?
I think in the world, people, girls, ladies especially, get it wrong. They think okwetega, as the saying goes lately, it involves how you present yourself. You have to reveal
People,
your body. I think they get it wrong. I think this thing just scares off people. No,
isn't that what men want?
A serious man will not really be.
I think it brings us
excited.
Back to tastes and preferences. Befriend these men. Don't ask for a man's thought from a woman.
Okay.
Don't. Men know what they want.
And what do they
Make
want?
friends with these gentlemen. They know what they want. For example, some people want curvy women. Some people do not want.
Isn't that why people are buying bums and all that?
Yeah.
Because we presume that's what men want.
Yes, exactly. That's the assumption. If that's what they want, they should have ever told you that this is where our interests are. Either when you speak to someone, ask the real questions. I think also while we are positioning ourselves with the dress code, with the beauty, with the everything, which is very vital, because before you open your mouth, the first thing someone looks at is your appearance. The attraction.
Is that even why girls are choosing to brighten themselves a bit?
Yes. Because, I mean, I have to look like what these people are interested in. When you go to Instagram, the likes that go to people who have the baby hair, the what, they're different from me when I put my natural self on the Instagram. It's different. It's the world we are living in. However, even after doing that, it shouldn't change your personality as a human being. You should keep some respect for yourself. The man who wants a half-naked woman will go for a half-naked woman. The man who wants a properly dressed woman will go for a properly dressed woman.
But by being properly dressed, am I not limiting the options?
No, you're not. Because you're not looking for a man who is looking for a half-naked woman.
Yeah, that's what I say, that you attract what you are. You attract what you are.
My husband liking a person who is curvy does not mean that he should go and get someone who is...
in a skimpy dress.
No.
That's how they will see the curves, not...
No. There are many ways they can see the curves without you being half naked. There are dresses that will show a properly dressed woman even without being half naked.
So
We have pencil skirts, we have trousers, we have very many different types of wear that can show how shapely you are without actually being indecent.
Yeah.
So our ladies out there think that if I am wearing a short thing, it's when I'll be visible. Because men seem to like those things. That's the honest truth.
How do you think, I'll bring in our Muslim brothers and sisters, how do you think they get their partners?
Maybe that's why they marry.
Do they have a show where they take off their sharia, go advertise and come back? I think, let's not, young ladies, if you're out there, it is not the half naked that sells.
Yeah.
Different men have different desires.
And I like what Olive was saying. You attract what you are.
Yes.
So if you're wearing a short thing, you're bound to attract someone who just wants a short thing.
Because what you're communicating is not long term, it's short term. I mean,
so the short dress is short term.
I want to go to a strip club, but you just brought it right here. What do you expect? I'm not going to propose marriage. What discussions do you expect me to have with you when you're half naked?
Economy.
No, you can't. You can't discuss money
economy
with a half naked human being unless you're bargaining a price. I'm sorry. I mean, someone is half naked. I mean, their breast is about to fall out of their breast. Their skirt is up to... I can't discuss finances with you unless I am willing to transact. Unless there is something I'm bargaining for, really, I'm not going to talk about finances with you. But if you find, Priska, I'm serious, and you probably ask me, what do I do for a living first before you even make any moves?
So, back to that point of attracting who you are. Does that mean that what I portray is what I attract?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I am decent, I will attract decent people.
Or even if someone is trying to be indecent, they will try to make sure they humble themselves to make sure whatever they say is probably not going to offend you. And if it is a mask, it will fall off. If he's pretending, the mask will eventually fall off.
Okay. Oli, what do you have to say about that?
What I can say to the ladies out there who try to think that by revealing a whole lot of their bodies to these men, it is helping them get closer to their marriage partners. I think it is not right.
But you guys said men are visual.
They are visual, but there is a way you can portray yourself in a decent way. You're
Decent
looking
visuality.
attractive, but very decent.
What?
And to the extent that even when maybe by coincidence you bump into your in-law to be, you'll be comfortable to smile and greet them. You get it?
Visual.
Looking attractive does not mean you
The
have
visual
to be,
part of a young man may not necessarily stop at you. They are visual every day. You dressing provocatively or anything doesn't stop him from looking at every other person who is actually trying to bring their attention to themselves. So, amidst that confusion he's going through,
Don't add to it.
please don't join the baggage of people who are just confusing him. Because while they are visual, we need to remember that for them it is food is served. Okay, must I eat? Must I eat? If you're serving the food, then, and that brings me to the point of, you dress whichever way you're dressing, and then someone asks you for the obvious, and you get angry. Don't get angry, because that's what you communicated.
So how we look communicates something
Yes.
even before we speak.
Communication is in very many ways. Even without speaking, you communicate.
So apart from the way we dress,
Dress.
apart from these other things, how else can we position ourselves?
The places we go to.
Yeah, the places we go.
In the previous discussions we had, she highlighted church gatherings, weddings. If they invite you, it still comes back to be presentable. As you go to these places, you never know who you'll meet. I met my husband in the bank.
Like you were both customers, or he was working?
No, I was a client. He's a
How
banker.
did he see you?
I came to his desk. I needed to open an account.
Oh, no, that
I
is-
opened the account, and I kept in touch because I wanted my account worked on ASP. So I took his contact. He didn't take mine. I wasn't thinking even about marriage when I took it. You know,
So we can
So it
find
means
actually
anywhere,
anyone.
yeah, places you go to. Can you be just like they say in the Bible? You don't know the day that God is coming back, or your life will be taken. You prepare your soul for situations like that. Prepare yourself. I mean, if you know
Become a wife
you want
before
to
you
get a
even
man, you want to get married, and you probably know, okay, at a certain time, you know what you have in your mind and what you've written, the goals you've set for yourself. Make sure wherever you go, you're presentable. I'm not saying whenever you wake up in the morning,
Put on
it
lipstick,
should be a burden. It shouldn't be a burden, but in your everyday life, like she said, she changed. You know you're pretty, but not everyone sees you as pretty. Your perception of pretty is probably it's to
It's
you.
different.
It's for everyone. So I met my husband in the bank. I opened
So
an
imagine
account.
you're wearing your slippers the way Onyx said she
Exactly.
was wearing.
Yeah,
The whole
but
of
that
campus she was
day,
wearing
my
slippers.
husband to date remembers what I was wearing the first time he saw me.
So it matters.
It matters because it gives someone, they become curious. Who is this person? What do they do? How are they even outside this first encounter we have had? And for him, he kept taking his notes. I wasn't even aware he was taking notes.
Wow.
Every time you would speak, every time you have a challenge and you discuss, sometimes the people who come out to marry us are not really far from us. They are within our circles. So how you treat yourself around people who are, and ladies, you have this behavior. You have men around you, but you treat them like they don't actually see you.
Matter.
They
But
see
they're
you.
just friends.
They are, but they are men. They are
They could
potential
be.
husbands because they are going to marry eventually. Why aren't they marrying you? Your lifestyle ministers to them, speaks to them. They are not interested now. They could be interested the next day.
But for such people who are always around you and they are men, by the way, what is the problem? Why are they marrying you?
Because they know you in and out.
They may not know you in.
In and out, I mean
they're
your
saying-
trash and your blessings. So they look
know
at you and they're like,
everything. Do I want to take this?
Yeah, you should always be aware that your husband might even be around very
you, but
near
you
you.
don't
Because
see
actually,
him.
me, when I met my husband, it never crossed our minds that we are going to get married.
Okay.
I think we took like about 2 years over in the same group.
But not.
And even when on our engagement day, we kept it a secret to our friends, and they were very shocked, And so what Priska was said, you have to be careful. The people who are around you, you never know. Your husband may be among them, your wife may. By the way you behave, I'm imagining if I had, because I met my husband. We actually went to the same campus, Chambogo. Same years we were there, but I never met him and he never met me. Now it was after campus, and I wanted to rekindle my fire for God, and I told my friend, I need to be serving God seriously, go doing evangelism, because I wasn't having a job. Then she connected me to a group where he was also a member. It was a youth group where these campus people go and preach, you go and do the crusades, you do the conferences. And even for a full year, we were there. Hey, brother, mlokole, sister, mlokole, you know those things. You greet. But I'm imagining if had not
Abused
worked on
him.
myself,
Well,
my
abused him in
character,
that
my
sense.
Muzala wa
word,
rank.
and then there are those people.
Muzala wa rank.
There are those
Ladies.
people, you see someone and you're like,
Tisama, that one, I know him. That one is even from
and
my village.
actually in that group of, we had it like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. And the way guys were looking, there are some guys who are married now, and they are, they are in the limelight. They are really nice looking and all that. They have it all now.
But that time,
Those days, and actually some of the ladies were
refused them.
Yes. And up to now, they are still
And that
they are
brings me
still
to-
waiting.
That brings me to another question. Do men need to position themselves?
Yes.
They do.
Because we talked about ladies and all that. How about the men?
I think they should
They
speak
do.
up
They
sometimes.
They do need.
Because
How?
we expect them to ask us out.
They do need.
And sometimes they don't. You're already married. Someone is saying, by the way, I was interested. So that I do what now? What am I supposed to do about that information?
So men need to speak
Men
up.
need to speak up. If you like someone, I know, you see, men act like they are not emotional.
Yes,
they are
that's
hard.
true.
Circle.
How I wish the young men out there would actually just speak their mind.
Speak
Let
out.
it blow up.
Gentlemen, speak out.
Yeah.
We are
Let
not-
it blow
We're not
up.
mind readers.
Yes.
Speak out.
Exactly. And that's why, like I said, girls, bazala wa rank. Because you look at these people, this is your kazende, and you're like, no.
And he can't even tell you something.
Definitely. Every time he wants to say something, he's
He speaks
going
in plural.
around yeah.
But no rush to
By the way, the man who will marry you is lucky.
Mm.
So that I do what
what?
about that information? Tell me, by the way, I think you'd make a good wife. Then I ask you for who? And then you answer. And then we start the conversation there. Say it.
What's
Some
the worst
people-
that can happen?
Yeah, really, what's the
Someone
worst that
saying
can
no, not
happen?
so.
And maybe chopping a wire, some girls can lose it. But say
will
your
they
piece.
kill you?
Of course, we are worried about losing the friendship. That's what most men are worried about.
But
So
would you
they would
rather lose
keep
the wife or the
friendship.
friendship?
You know, there's a saying. These people who wait and don't speak, they're the ones who be dying in Chidara organizing your function. Chukaya
yes,
lya kwagala.
So we think
N'atayogera.
that men need to speak
Yeah, men
up.
need to
if you
speak
like
up.
someone, tell them. Don't just die in your what?
And also just
Never.
remember that just as you've admired them, someone else is also looking at them the same way you're doing it. So if you don't take, if you don't take the step and tell them, someone will, and they'll take them. Girls be there waiting. But
then also about the waiting. I think even us, if we are speaking from a perspective of I am feminist, I am empowered, I think if you are getting disguising flags, it's not orange, it's not green. Ask the real question.
As in the girl asks the man.
Yes, I mean, you're in waiting for forever. You refuse to take on this human being, but this human being is not deciding. Someone is taking your time. Every time he's going out, it's you he invites. But
every
your
function he
besties,
has,
for every
yes.
function, I'm going home. Can you come with me?
I
You
escort
tag along. I have a party I am going to. You come. You're like, this one is my gango. No, he's not your gango. He likes you.
But then,
Yes. Most men are not
Then
speaking
there's
up,
also
but
this thing of
ask him.
girls getting stuck on married men. Someone is already married. They're running a very serious family, and then you're sticking on them. You're wasting your time.
Priorities.
You're saying you're ready for marriage.
but
priorities.
You're wasting time with someone. For them, they are comfortable where they are. They have a wife, they have a companion, bamufumbira, bamuwa byayagala, bamuzalira abaana. For you, I always tell people that when someone is married, look at them as a time waster.
Those ones
you wouldn't want to waste your time.
Turkey to give birth to a dog.
You wouldn't want to waste your precious time. You're ready.
Is one thing and
the reality
is the other.
Yeah.
So apart from, I think when you talk about time wasters, I think also they can come in the same way you are saying. Some ladies who you find they have a gang of boys, and everyone thinks you're actually dating.
Everyone is confused.
You're cutting off your market. For example, I'll give an example myself. I refused for someone to engage me. I never wore an engagement ring. Not even on my introduction, even when I was sure that my wedding is the next week.
Why?
I never wore it. You're taking me off the market when you're not sure. Anything could happen in that 1 week.
Papriska.
Yes.
So these people
engagement of 1 year, engagement of 6 months.
That long courtship.
What are you deciding that you have not decided by the time you give me that ring?
I think people need to date with intention.
You are giving me a ring a year before you make up your mind. Will you make up your... do you know how many things that could change in 1 year?
Yeah.
In 1 year. In 1 year. Jesus Christ.
When you feel you're ready.
In 1 year, people give birth. In 1 year, you could impregnate another woman. In 1 year, so much could happen in 1 year. Engagement, 1 year? No. If someone has
a wedding for you.
No, if you don't, I will tell you, myself, my husband asked to see my parents, and I asked him, do you have a date in mind? I wasn't rushing. No, but sometimes you need to be serious to really get what you really want. Because what if I had said yes and, many things happen. You engage me today. Then you set a date 7 months from now. Then simanyi mukulu w'ekika n'afa. Then we go and bury, they postponed. Then the next time simanyi ani alina okubatiza. Priority goes to that one. Then they post. That ring, really, I can only wear it for like a week. I put it aside. That's me.
I think that ring comes
so
in
I
for
think
a
people
sign of commitment.
To what?
I'm going to take you.
No, give me your commitment, gentleman's agreement.
We are going to take a break.
Otherwise, you'll be wasting people's time.
Okay. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with this conversation about how to position ourselves. And gentlemen, as you've heard from the ladies, speak out. If you like me, tell me. Don't wait for me to get married and say, I was your first love. Where? What will it help me? Don't go away. I'm Fiona Mboa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Ring Diaries here at Church of Uganda Family TV with me, Fiona Mboa, and these two amazing ladies talking about positioning ourselves for marriage. And before the break, we're talking about time wasters. Should we call them time wasters?
Yes.
Those ones, time wasters.
They take you so much of your time without any productivity. Because your intention is something else and you find yourself in limbo. You're not moving forward, you're not moving backwards, you're just there.
But my problem is, if we chase away the people called time wasters, what if one of them is supposed to be your what?
That's why they are time wasters. They are not living up to our expectations.
Let me tell you, Fiona, a person who is not a time waster, they'll come with a clear intention. They'll tell you. Also, let me advise the ladies, if you go out with the first date, I don't need more than 2 dates to know this person is serious, to know the kind of man this one is.
What if you get serious on the third date?
You ask them questions. What are your plans? Why are you dating me? For what?
To see where this is
they start talking in Chirimi. I don't have time to waste. I'm looking for someone serious,
So you mean we should cut off all the men around us?
Yeah.
And I think
If you're going to go, to be safe, don't waste someone's time, and no one should waste. Don't allow anyone to waste
But
your
don't
time.
girls also waste people's time?
They do
When
waste.
they eat
They
their
do waste.
money.
yes.
Actually, there are those girls who even they take people's money for tuition, and after 3 years of a guy sacrificing his hard-earned money, and the girl just walks away with another one, and here they wedded with another person.
Because the heart can love as many times as possible.
So
Yes.
that is
The
I
heart
think-
can love so many times. Otherwise, we'd all be married to our first love.
And then, but I really want to. I wonder if you're in that man's shoes, like okay, this other man who takes a girl like that, knowing that this girl has been
But would
cohabiting
the man
with
know?
someone,
The man
and
may
they,
not know.
Has been?
these girls, they cohabit, they stay with the man takes care of everything, school, they pay
fees,
school fees,
builds
they
your mother a
bills,
house.
whatever, and just after you graduate, you walk away with another man.
The heart wants what it wants.
But
Now,
you've wasted the man's time.
I think
And
he
money.
should have stopped when he saw.
He didn't know.
One, let fathers pay school fees for their children. So that the men who are willing to marry, you can actually look at someone, this is why am I going to be my wife, and you do what a husband does to a wife. But if you choose to position yourself as a father, then that's what you will be. It's from an obligation kind of situation. I need an education, so if this is what I must do to get an education, much as I am not saying everyone should do it, but you, the man who is paying this young girl's tuition,
You're not their father.
you're not their father.
So they shouldn't.
I know you're kind. You're in love.
But also, if
maybe,
you're kind,
but
don't pay it without expectation.
thank you.
Let us
Yes.
see you
No,
be
they
kind.
do.
But if
No
if-
one gives. Let me tell you, no man will give you their money without expecting anything.
No, but then they
And
but
deserve
then
it.
know it.
that's a wrong
Then
And
they
the
deserve
girls
it
know
for the
it.
woman, because also I'm loving you because of what I can get.
It's a wrong investment. This person you're dealing with has a mind of their own.
Me one
You see
thing
why
I never-
sometimes we are loyal to our parents? Because they are our parents.
There's no changing
There
that.
is no changing that. If my parents give me tuition, I must go to school and must bring results. If you are paying my tuition so that I give birth to children for you, I think that's a misdirected investment. Because at the end of the day, where you're sending me at a potential, yeah, mine.
So what Priska is saying that
My
men-
age mates are there and they are willing to say all the nice things. They can go out with me. You cannot. Because you're behaving like my father.
So what Priska is saying that men should not help girls.
No,
Except
help
their-
to help.
except
Don't
their
condition
wives.
Don't
it.
condition it.
Yes. Don't condition it.
Why are you
Because
paying for-
then age why are you going to find someone who's going to invest in?
Why are
Without
they investing in
expecting
you?
anything.
I'm not a
Why are they
business.
investing
I'm
in
also
you? It's
now
not a
supposing
business.
I'm not a business.
I'm not
Either do it
I'm not
out
a
of your
cow
heart.
that if you give me grass, it's automatic I'll give you milk. No,
So guys,
I'm not a Frisian. I am a human
and
being. I have desires. I have prospects. I have. When someone says, "Oh, you look beautiful," I'll not be like, "Oh, I think I'm someone's investment. I better focus." It doesn't work like that. When someone tells me I'm beautiful, I'll be like, "Oh, thank you."
And move on.
If they ask for my number, I definitely will share it. Because sometimes the one paying the school fees is really...
and by the way, they sacrifice. They don't put on nice shoes. They don't put on nice
So they
belts.
look
That's not
bad.
my problem.
So they give you the school fees and they look bad. They look unattractive and
If my mother is doing that, I would
Oh,
appreciate it.
unfair.
But if it's another man doing that, I think you're doing that at your own discretion. I'll not marry a man.
At your
I
own
don't-
risk.
Definitely. I may even outgrow the feelings. You know, maybe I liked you at the beginning, then I reach probably you're
finish
funding
your 3 years
you're
and
funding
then
my
you don't
bachelor's.
like
You
them.
found me at senior 6. I didn't even have a sense of direction. Now I am here. Or university attracts people from all walks of life.
And then I find this nice one. And
The handsome ones, the ones from good backgrounds, the spiritual ones, the ones
The
who can,
loaded ones.
the ones who will connect me to the right people. there are people who when I graduate, a job is assured. Then I think about you, mister, who is kakarukanari to pay.
President, I think that is not. If someone has paid for you, really need to stick in there.
I
somehow.
think this person whose school fees is being paid will not say no, because all of us want to get somewhere, and by all means we shall. You the man, my message goes to you the man. What I'm describing here is any normal young girl's thought. I see a good man
With good intentions.
with good intentions. It's hard for me to say, but you see, this person paid my school fees. You see how I'm even referring to it as you paid my school. I'm not saying this person loves me. I'm not saying this person cares about me. It's an obligation. It's like the love our parents expect from us. If I pay your school fees, you give me results. But you're saying, I pay your school fees, you give me children, you become a good wife to me. The investment and the return, really.
They're not rhyming.
They are not rhyming. The investment, okay. The return,
too much.
That's why I said in a year things can change. Imagine you're waiting for me to graduate after 3 years. Trouble.
So in that case, it is the girl. It is the girl wasting time.
So
no,
actually,
marry me. Marry
years.
me and pay my school fees. If today my husband paid my school fees, trust me, whenever I go to that school and come back, I'm focused. It's for him. But youth, beautiful, looking attractive. Wrong investment.
So the time wasters are in both ways.
Yeah,
The girl is wasting the man's time because the man actually can't get. For him, his focus is on you, and yet the girl is also even the man is wasting the girl's time. Everyone who sees him will think you're married and interested.
Yes.
So we need to remove all those time wasters.
And also, ladies, stop craving responsibility. When people graduate from school, and for us, I think women are positioned in such a way that we look for responsibility. We're always looking for something to do, something to care about. That's why you find someone moves from their hostel, they have graduated, straight to a man's home. Wash clothes, clean, cook.
That's the
autopilot. I need to do something. If I don't do this, then I must do this.
That is position.
Go home.
Let him come
Go
for
home.
you.
And do what?
You will find.
Know what?
Well, I think going home and washing your mother's clothes and your father's clothes is better than getting pregnant somewhere in someone's musigo who cannot afford
to pay for hospital bills, even.
Exactly.
And then after I come back with your child.
Because when you live with someone, it's not you wake up in the morning, pray, say bye-bye. In the evening, they come back, you eat, say, pray. No. Mature approach. We all know that if you're living with a person who is not the same sex with you, some things are bound to go wrong. Of course, it's not your brother, it's not your father. Some things are bound to go wrong, so don't crave responsibility.
Okay. So, ladies, the question I want to ask, seasons as ladies, do we have seasons when we are marriageable and then after that we don't?
There are seasons. I believe there are seasons. There is when your inbox is, you don't even have time. But there was a time when my phone could go without charging for like 3 days, and it is well.
And no one is looking for you.
Yes, but it some people it comes early, some people it comes late, depending on how your life is going. For example, career women, I would really sympathize with them. Most of them. You're 20, you're 21, next thing you're 25, and you're like, wait, where did that time here go to? Before you know it, you're 30. Before you know it, you're 35. Next thing, you're 40. And you're 40, your friends have children, are married, and you're like, where exactly did I lose my touch? So you're buried in, let me get my second degree, let me get my third degree, let my boss, I work till 6, weekends I sleep in, I'm trying to rest. The routine is the same.
So by doing such, you lose your
You're
season.
cutting off, because positioning yourself is what matters sometimes. Marriage may not be for everyone. Like I said, that's my personal opinion. It may not be for everyone, but sometimes the circumstances leading to that also determine how your chances of getting out there are. If you're at school, look at those people around you. If you're going for your masters, there are probably people who are potential there. Look at your old friends. There's a
But
time I
most
was
times you
telling
find
someone,
those people fear you because you're driving a car.
communication.
So I tell them I'm ready.
Communication. No, you don't have to go and say, I am ready. Are you willing to marry me? No. But make friendships. It all starts with friendship. Because I don't think there is they are there, but many, even the men who approach us, do not approach us in though my husband told me, if the man who is in your life is not serious, I'll marry you. The very day he saw me, he asked me, are you married? I was filling a KYC form for the bank.
But
there is
so very serious.
too serious. There is married, divorced, single. So I asked him, what am I supposed to tick here? He said, are you married? I said, no, but I'm in a relationship. Says, okay, you're single. So tell the person who is with you, if they're not serious, I will come for you. And I laughed it off because, he's supposed to be nice to me. That's what the bank is. I'm your client, so you should do anything
nice,
for me to be happy, a happy client. But just like he said that, not every man is going to tell you, I want to marry you. No. But they come with friendship. What do you do? Can I take you out for dinner? Really, I don't think you're the most hungry of them all. If it was to go out and eat, he could have gone by himself and eat. So he's trying to look for conversation. He's trying to get to know you, because it's the more you speak, the more you get to know someone.
The more you put yourself out there.
Yes. So talk to these people. See what they have to offer. And sometimes we judge the book by its cover. You think someone has come in a ride is a potential than someone who just landed with a border.
That's true. Yes, he could have left his car.
Yeah, definitely. There's Kampala Jam. So maybe he left his ride somewhere. Oh, he doesn't have it, but he speaks to your needs. Because...
And the two of you can actually go a long way.
Yes.
Then, Oliver, I don't know, what do you have to say about that? Seasons?
About seasons. I think everyone, we are different. People have different seasons. You may be the same year, you may have gone to the same school in the same class, but we have different destinies. Yeah. And what I want to say is life shouldn't be lived in years, it should be lived in seasons.
Not
like
how old I am.
My friend Priska can be in her season of blooming, shining, and me, I may be in that particular time, and I'm in my season of the wilderness. I'm even nowhere to be seen. I'm buried somewhere.
But yet you're the same age.
You're the same age.
That's true.
You're your peers. So we all have different seasons according to our destinies. What God predestined for each one of us. So that should not make people feel pressurized.
Yes.
That because Priska has gotten married in 2018, 2019,
I must.
then you just
year.
go and bump into anyone who is nearby and marry me,
Because the journey ahead
but
needs also a
so
very
we
sober
all need to
head.
discern. We all need to have that discerning spirit in us to know. But my life is my life. Her life is her life. Actually, we even come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
You get it? So what I can say is, always know which season you're in. She might be in her season of sowing, and me, I'm in my season of harvesting.
But then, Olive, so what happens if I miss that season?
If you miss that season, you'll have to wait for the next season.
What if it never comes?
That is why
because
there's a need for us to be alert, to know which season you're in.
Because I think at least in our circles, you know that one person, when you were 23, 24, she had so many men wanting to marry.
Yes.
They are
She
there.
clocks 30 and nothing.
Yeah, now that one
Will that season never come back?
did not discern her season. There are so many people who are undergoing such. They are in a dilemma actually. They're like, now what do I do? I personally know people who are now in their 40s plus, 45. And there were those
Times
when everyone they had the flowers in the what? In the garden. The
I
only
think you
flower in
can
the garden.
reevaluate.
You know? So it is
And
possible.
get back
It is
online.
possible to miss a season. And you know, these things, as I said, that marriage is very spiritual and all that. Things of the spirit. Once you miss a season, you will have to wait. You'll have to wait. And if again that season comes and again you're not positioned and not ready, it will again pass. And then you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. You don't break protocol, certain things. So that's why I said you need to be prepared. If you know it is something you desire and something you really want,
you need to be ready.
You need to be ready. You need to position yourself. You need to know what to do. You need to know to wake up and be like, now, last time I missed. You know? I know someone. She was like, Wanange, Kale, that guy wanted to marry me. This was after now. This person has settled
He's
there,
married, he's
happy.
a good
Now she's
husband.
hearing. And all the people who are keeping her busy. Actually, these were married people. Already married. But because she looked at them at that time and she didn't know why she was even dating them, you know. I'm dating for fun. That's why I said we need to date with purpose. This guy has money. This one doesn't have money. You know, the guy has money, but he's married. It's not for you. He's taken. And for you, you're looking at him in that light that he will take me.
Where?
And then this guy, this one is, there are those men who are very serious, by the way. Married men are very serious. They'll tell you, I love you, but anything to do with my wife, if you don't respect her, wengendo kuchayira. And these girls be knowing.
But I think
They keep telling them, sawa zino weziwera nya mera na mchala wange, don't call, don't SMS, don't do anything.
Then I think maybe they are also their expectation, like I said earlier, it's you want a turkey to give birth to a what? To a dog, but it's going to lay eggs regardless. That one, their season, maybe they don't even know they are in the season, or their needs are beating what they actually need for their future. There are people who are trying to survive.
Yeah, that's true.
There are people who are trying to survive. But you see, while you're trying to survive, you could make a mistake. While you're trying to survive, yes, you lose time. While you're trying to survive, you're wasting time. While you try to survive, there is someone who had interest but sees you doing that and is like, not for me.
And by the way,
She's taken.
yeah, someone, God will always align you with someone who is ready. You're in the same season together. This guy wants to get to settle, and you also want, you're supposed to be thinking about settling. And then God will make you what? Come together, and then you will miss it. And this guy will move on with someone else. And then that's when you come with regrets. Later in life, you're like, Wanange.
So we need to understand our seasons.
We need to know. Yeah, it is important to know the times and seasons you're in. As a young lady, as a young man, you need to know. Because there are those times that will come and you really know. Let me tell you. And I told you, Fiona, that no, the devil knows that marriage is a very important resource in the kingdom. And he will not make you have it simply like that, on a silver platter. He will do anything to see that at least he will hinder you, do it. And may I remember whenever I would make up my mind, like, I really need to do some serious, no kubera serious, I have to be seen, I have to get married. That was the time when men who are actually married, very unserious, you know,
That's when they arise.
would call, would do what, would start to confuse you. I think it's a spirit of confusion that the devil brings in, and then and there are so many girls, ladies who are confused. They don't know.
You have 3 men all around.
And these people, they are
who?
actually, it is a trap. The devil has set a trap for you. Whenever he sees now your mind, you're thinking about settling with someone serious. You will bring all the unserious ones, and
you
they'll
know
be
what
on your
saddens
case.
is you lose all of them usually.
Yes. And
You can't
among
have it
them,
all.
somewhere there will be someone who is serious
Who was
and meant
actually
for you.
serious.
And because you're not discerning of the seasons, you know. That's when you'll be excited. I think I am beautiful. I think everyone is running after me.
Yes,
What?
I think
what?
let me wait for the most
Chibi.
serious.
Uh-huh.
And then you
The
lose
most
all of them.
serious.
So
Yes.
that's where the element of not wasting. If you purpose yourself not to waste anyone's time, we reap what we sow. That's another law.
What if marriage is not the priority in that time that you're
at that
calling
time,
season?
if someone is not discerning it means it's not their priority. Their priority is to have fun,
Because
And if
go
it's
out,
not, what do we
to
do?
enjoy.
You lose the
Yeah.
season.
He
Because-
loses that season, and then they'll have to wait for the next season when they wake up and it is nowhere.
I think people are woke. They're actually very awake. But like I said, I gave an example of career people. You find someone is buried in their work or family responsibilities. There are people, I am the first child, I have tried to make it
No,
in
that one,
life.
their priority
And then,
is working.
yes,
and
and then you
money.
feel like
It's
I
not
can't
about
leave my
money.
siblings to not finish school because I am rushing to get married, even when the person is there. So sometimes we find that the things that are surrounding, the situations surrounding our,
They determine.
they influence in a way how we treat our seasons. That's the time when we are most marketed.
Yeah.
But even when you feel like my time passed, I think there's always a second chance.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
And as we come to a conclusion of this, I just want each of you to, for my ladies out there, for the gentlemen out there, just give them a word about positioning themselves. Actually, Olive, please speak to the ladies. How can they position themselves as a concluding remarks? And then Priska will talk to the men.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fiona. Yeah, my ladies, I love ladies, Fiona. My heart is out to the ladies. And I really desire, I believe, I differ from my sister here, Priska. I believe everyone, it's God's desire that they get married. Yeah. Don't be convinced that maybe I'm not meant for marriage. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is a good thing. I've been married for 10 years and I'll not deceive it as being a bed of roses. No. Marriage is, it is something that gets new by the day. It's like wine, eh? The older you get,
Gets better.
the better you, yeah? So we should all, we should all get married. Position yourself, discover yourself. Know that marriage is a God's idea. Look to God. He will, when you're true to God and you're faithful to God, God will connect you with a good person. Don't expect God to give you his good groomed man, and for you you're not ready. So express your desire to God, and it will come, and you'll love it, you'll enjoy it. Yes.
Thank you very much.
To the men, who are my very good friends, I will say this to you. You also need to position yourselves, because most of you have taken home people you actually do not think you progress with. Then you start looking for something else outside there. You have a woman at home, you can't even discuss finances with them. You find that her level of education probably is insulting to your capabilities. There are so many things that you discover eventually after you've taken someone home. Let the visual, in my language they say, batakweta wirukokirko karengo wanyu. We say men are visual, yes, but don't just take home a bag of, I'm not going to insult people. But let's not take home whatever we see just because we feel the visual thing will disappear. I'll give birth, I will age, I'll cut off my hair, I'll stop wearing makeup. But after that, can I have a very sensible conversation with you? Can we plan together? So when you see these women, ask the real questions. Women are looking for security. They're looking for security. If you give her a house and you can buy food at home, she will probably come and marry you. But you as an individual, what are you looking for in a woman? Do you want support, or you just want a doll to take home and it sits there? Because at the end of the day, we shall ask for house helps. So we are not helping. You're taking us home, but we are not helping. So what do you need? Position yourself to be able to take what you want home, not what is available. Because that's also a different issue. There's what is available. There's what you need in your home to make your home better. So your positioning is mostly ask for what you want. You
The
will
menu is
listen.
there.
Yeah, you will listen to these ladies and you'll know this. 2 years, I'll be tired. So take home what you know you can sustain for a longer period of time, because marriages are breaking. Position yourself to take home someone who will be your partner, someone you can be proud of, someone you can think with. You're like, someone asks you, have you consulted your wife about this? And you're like, you are simanyi bino babitegeera nobitegeera sijja nabbi mugamba. No. If you want someone, because you're discussing these things with other ladies out there, and they are doing well for you and you feel attracted to them. So if it's the brains you want, please take brains home. Brains can give birth. Brains can do so many things.
Yes.
Because they are women still. So position yourself to be able to take someone you really feel you can last with, a multi-purpose person, a person who is an all-rounder. Take that one home, because they are there. And it's not just that girls have been prepared. You have to wash, you have to cook, you have to give. We've been grilled from birth. We start carrying dolls and combing their hair. We are preparing for birth and child upbringing, and men are not prepared on the other hand. So take home what you really, really need. Don't take home everyone.
Thank you very much, Priska. And thank you very much, viewers, for giving us your time and watching us. As you've heard from the ladies, position yourself. Position yourself. The gentlemen, say what you mean and mean what you say. For the ladies, be the wife even before, because the Bible says he who finds a wife. So be a wife and they'll find you. Just look nice, speak nice, and be nice. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. This is Fiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.